What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Random Things podcast on the Random channel. I'm Kevin Duffy. With me, as always, Mike Duggan, Dan Bagarella, and John Ackerman. I'm going to unmute Dan now, who is having technical difficulties.
The tiny tinkerer in the dark
Just
room.
mute it.
Just mute it.
Quit playing with your boom.
Now I'm not muting it. It's too
Boom,
good
boom,
now.
and zoom, zoom.
Whoa! I'm doing stuff.
Sure.
Dan's creating.
I'm almost done.
system.
I'm almost done. I think.
For those of you who are listening,
Whoa!
don't forget
Whoa!
to like and subscribe for our channel.
You just pulled the mic out of the little holster thing, didn't you?
That's what I
It
call it.
happens.
That's exactly what I say. I say pull a little mic out of the holster.
Zing.
Oh man.
Oh wow, that was great.
We were
I'm so
having
proud of you.
having a great text chain today about OJ Simpson, as you can see from Mike's thing here.
Rest in peace.
He's pissed, man. He's pissed that the juice is dead.
I'm torn up that I can't get one more squeeze from the juice. You know what's so fucked up though? Is I went to go put on the Celtics game right before we jump on the podcast, and I shit you not, the first thing that pops up on Hulu is FX presents OJ Simpson versus whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah, man.
oh, they
They're gonna-
wasted no fucking time. Like
Well,
they need that
that's-
money, they need that recreation.
the show was already out. So
What I'm saying, they wasted no time to put that shit up. They're like, hey, might as well get it while it gets good. OJ died. We gotta line it up, line
Yeah.
the shots up. We're doing it again.
dive back into it. You know what's crazy about that series is like Cuba Gooding Jr. is a good actor. So like
I mean,
all in all, like that's probably pretty good. If you were OJ, you'd be like, yeah, I want him to fucking play me, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
He's like 5'8", and like OJ was like 6'5".
OJ was a beast. Yes, he was.
Like,
I mean, he most certainly would be able to handle a skinny blonde and a guy that was like 6'3".
And a waiter.
He could do it. He was a model as well, I believe.
I didn't.
And he
upload
wanted
this-
to create. He wanted to
hand
open
model?
his restaurant. He wanted to open his own restaurant. You know, Ron.
I didn't do this, Duggan. I'm sorry. I was gonna upload this, and but I didn't want you to get mad at me, so I saw this earlier. It was OJ Simpson on the run trying to escape hell in a white Bronco.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Hey, the guy just wanted to go see his mom. That's why he was rushing over there.
Hey, I told you, he's definitely my favorite murderer because I love
He
the
was
Naked
acquitted, motherfucker.
Well,
I
I like
love the
that.
Naked Gun. Hey, it's one of those things, man. Truthfully, you gotta. I respect the Naked Gun movies. I think he's hilarious in them. I respect his football career,
The
But I
Hertz
can-
commercials.
but I have no problem cutting that, cutting my liking of him off right there. So
Oh man, he was one of the best running backs like ever.
yeah, man, he was
1,000
good.
yard season. That was a tank. He fucking won the Heisman, won a national championship. Guy's a
He's
beast.
great. He was great. It was just he killed
He
someone.
just had. He was acquitted. We all know that. That bottom
But
line.
he was
played-
convicted for
He was
kidnapping two
responsible. That's besides the point. If we
Played
want to
the
go
best
down the
game of
route,
Knifey Spoony.
yeah. He
Knifey Spoony.
he just wanted his memorabilia back. That's all. You can't fault a guy for
He
wanting
wanted-
his shit back.
he sold that Heisman trophy and then was like, "Damn it, I want it back."
Yeah, man. Yeah, you only get one of them.
It's incredible. But yeah, no, I love the Naked Gun. So I always thought he was hilarious. It was just like I said, it's one of those early memories. I was 8 years old and I remember being home and my mom was like, OJ Simpson's running away from the cops. And like I didn't know anything about his like the murder or any of that shit. And then I was like, why? And like I could see the fucking highlights of the police chase on the fucking old boob tube. And she's like, well, they think that he might have killed his wife. And I was like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
first big news story that I remember as a kid, I think. Maybe not. There's probably no.
Not Desert Storm or anything else like that. You don't remember that, but you remember OJ Simpson?
I
How
remember
can
the
you
OJ
not? It was legit everywhere.
It's true.
Yeah.
Didn't matter what channel you turned to. You just saw that white Bronco tearing down the fucking highway.
I'll tell you what, and I'm sure that they didn't market it too hard after that, but I know for a fact that when that was happening, the people at Ford were like, "Oh shit, free
We gotta
ad!
get on this.
Look at that fucking Bronco tearing down the highway."
Fuck yeah, America.
You want to
baby.
outrun
Look
the
at that
cops?
beauty.
Drive a Ford Bronco.
Get a Bronco.
Well,
We're gonna
I
stop
was a-
selling it in white though.
It was a Ford Bronco outrunning a Ford fucking Intercept. Goddamn Crown Vic chasing them. It was all Ford commercial.
Yeah,
All in white.
GMC and Chevy were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, God damn it.
Let's be honest though. They weren't really trying that fucking hard to get that fucking thing off the road.
No, that was the point. He was
No,
just
Dude,
doing
it had
what
O.J.
he was-
Simpson in it. They were like, "I can't."
No,
fuck
he was
it."
in the back seat with a gun to his fucking head.
It wasn't to his head. He was holding it.
To his head.
We don't know.
Hey,
There were
his
no
boy
cameras
was
in there.
willingly driving into
Cuba
his
Gooding
mom's
Jr.
house.
had the gun to his head when he was playing OJ. That's all I'm saying.
All right, I'm
For
gonna be
a brief
honest.
second.
I said this earlier, right? I think I mix up like actual events that happened with some of like the out there shit that happened in the show. And I know the show was accurate, but like they definitely acted some shit
Well,
up.
they had to. They had to, because again, you don't know what was actually happening in that
Yo,
Bronco, and
no,
then you
his
had to
boy-
have shots in the show
False,
that were in the
false,
Bronco. So you
false,
just had to be
false.
like,
OJ's boy was his fucking butt buddy, dude. He was down to do whatever the fuck ever. OJ said jump. He was like, let's fucking go. So him and his boy hopped in the Bronco. He's like, I gotta go see mom real quick. We're going to Mexico. They had a truck full of money and guns. Why? Because they were scared to get killed by the police. He did nothing wrong. He was just a black man trying to go say goodbye to his mom, and he was out.
Did he have a license for the firearms?
He had a license for the firearms.
did he have a license for all that money?
Yeah, Hertz, baby Hertz was reeling it in, son.
Because they have a thing called civil forfeiture, where if you have a certain amount of money in your car, it's considered guilty until proven innocent, and it's a problem.
Yeah, it was only a couple bands.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on from OJ.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Juice.
He
Like
was
I
pretty
said.
epic on Twitter. I'm just saying.
I
Hello,
miss him.
Twitter world.
I liked Nordberg, and I liked the Dave Chappelle recounting of his meetings with OJ Simpson. Those were great. Those
Yep.
are. Do you remember those from his
We coulda
stand up?
got like a Trump OJ podcast.
He did because he did the thing where he's like, I met OJ 3 times. The first time I met him, I was like, oh man, I can't believe I'm meeting OJ. I love you for the Naked Gun and for fucking being being a running back and shit, your football career. The second time he's like, he didn't fucking do it. Look at him, it's OJ Simpson. And then the third time he's like, he fucking did it.
Yeah.
the more times he hung out with OJ Simpson, the more he felt he was guilty.
So funny.
All right. This is going to be kind of a fun off the top. Maybe not, but so my wife is reading a book, right?
Wow.
She's reading a book. She reads books all the time. It's her favorite thing to do now. But she's reading a book, and I didn't ask her this question that I have for you guys, but she was telling me what her book was about, and I thought of this question, so I thought I'd propose it here. All right. If you were bitten by a werewolf or a vampire, would you curse your wife or family by turning them, or spare them the curse but run the risk of eating them?
Are we calling this a curse or a blessing?
I guess it depends. So some
What are
people
the-
might not
what
want
are
to
the
live
rules?
forever.
Or a vampire werewolf? Is it like old-fashioned rules or?
Yeah, I mean, so I let's put the ground rules like this, right? Basic immortality for both, we'll say, okay?
Okay.
But obviously with the bloodlust and like savage fucking hunger that comes along with it.
But I mean, we're still the wolf's only changing once a month.
Wolf. Sometimes twice.
Yeah, it depends.
Only one new moon. What the fuck?
What?
I don't.
One new moon. One full moon. One
One
It's
full
never
moon.
two.
Sometimes there's 2 full moons in a month. It's called
What?
a blue moon. Read a fucking book.
Did you just hear yourself? You said blue moon. That's not my concern. This isn't like leap year.
It's called a blue moon. That's what it's called.
I don't care if it's a harvest moon. all I
Every
need
now
to
and
know-
then, every now and then, there are 2 full moons in a month. There's
Yeah, I'm gonna
normally
keep that on my
one, but the
barometer
moon,
for
but
the
the moon
fucking
phase
werewolf
cycle
section.
runs like
Wait, when's the
27
blue
days.
moon
So
about?
if your
I need to
first
know
full
these
moon
things.
is on like the 1st of March,
This is the
there could
stupidest
be
thing I've
another
ever
one
heard.
on the
A
31st of
blue
March.
moon is once in a while.
yes, Once in a blue moon. That's where the saying comes from.
I don't care where the saying's from.
Oh
No
my
one cares
god.
where the saying is from.
It doesn't
We're trying
matter.
to buy
Okay,
ground rules.
let's just say whenever there is a full moon, no matter how many times a month you might have one, you turn into a werewolf. Okay, so
That wouldn't be too bad. But
Sometimes it's 12 a
werewolves
year,
are
sometimes it's
immortal. I
13.
didn't know that.
well, let's
Are werewolves
the
immortal?
certain
It's fucking
iterations have them
ground
being
rules.
immortal or at least living extended lives as a result of their consumption of life. So
I feel like
I-
a werewolf would die faster than a human because dog years.
Oh, I knew you. See, my
werewolves
coworker
is-
Chris said the same thing to me today. He's like, "Now, do you live by dog years though? Because then you're only getting like 8 years."
but you're a supernatural fucking dog. So
Well, then
my
it be
question
way
would be
off. Your
is
years would be way off.
if you were a vampire, are you going by like Twilight rules or are you going by like Nosferatu rules?
I'm standard
going
vampire
by-
rules. Like the sun's gonna fucking kill you.
What we do in the shadows rules.
yes, what we do in the
So old
shadows
school.
rules.
Is there so there's no way for me to be a daywalker? It's straight night style, like interview with vampires.
I don't know. I mean, you could put on like fucking face paint and shit. I guess I don't know.
Hey,
Like
I'll let you know. I wear SPF 100. I'm gonna be fine.
I want to be a vampire no matter what. I don't give a shit. I wish I was a vampire like my whole life. That would be one thing I want.
I think to answer the question, I would ask, and I would be like, listen, I
You would
fucked up.
ask?
And she'd
You
be
would
like,
ask.
what? And I'd be like, I got bit by a vampire.
Mhm.
So do you want to be a vampire too? And if she was like, sure, I'd be like, okay, fine. Here, drink some blood. And if she was like, fuck no, I would say, okay, I can't be held responsible if
I try to kill
I
you
get
one
really
day.
hungry and eat you.
What?
I'm gonna go vampire as well, but I'm gonna leave my family behind.
Oh, I'll leave my family. The only person I would take would be like my wife.
Because
What?
I mean, interview with a vampire. When you see Kristen Dunst, right, going ahead and being
Kirsten.
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 yeah, that's what I said. Kristen Dunst.
It's Kirsten.
That's what I
I
said.
bet you say
Booby
Chris-
traps.
You say Christy Alley too?
Yes, I do.
It is
Actually,
Christy Alley.
It's Kirsty Alley.
anyways,
That's what I say, Christy.
Now it's Chrissy.
that person staying as like a 12-year-old girl for centuries destroys her. I don't want that for my kids.
Oh,
So I'm all
break
set.
it.
That's the
shit.
second part of my question. Okay. 'Cause
Yeah, I
for
wasn't gonna
me-
do my kid.
For me, I think I'd go werewolf route because it's once like you don't have to deal with it as often. You can live a pretty normal life as a werewolf, right?
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
think about all the money
But
you
I
gotta save on
wouldn't-
groceries as a vampire.
I would turn my wife right away if she wanted to. I guess we could try it without that, but and then I would wait to turn my kids until they were
Teenagers? Kevin?
20s, 30s,
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf?
teen wolf.
Just think of how good Sam would be at basketball.
I'd have to find out how the aging thing works before I turn them, right? Like I would hope that I'd be able to gauge that I was aging, but I guess in this scenario there'd probably be other people that are werewolves and shit that I could ask, like the fucker that bit me. Like I could be
You
like,
guys
I
are
got
fucking
questions.
crazy. You guys fucking crazy.
Listen, it's cool that you bit me, man. I just got a lot of questions.
I'd
I
want-
need answers.
Truthfully, I think, and I mean, think of the advantage, right? Anytime you've seen like a werewolf movie or anything like that, if the lore is right, you get enhanced like senses and strength and speed and shit. I could become a professional fucking baseball player or something.
Yeah, but
Like,
only once a month.
no, you have the
No.
heightened. You
Yeah,
have the
that-
heightened senses all the time, but
Yeah.
you can I just fucking wolf out once a month. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, the coaches and shit that would be like, "What the fuck? This kid takes a full moon off every fucking month." I'd be like, "It's for the best, coach." I would eat everyone in the stadium.
And he'd be like, okay, guy.
Also, I don't know why I said baseball player. Like, that's not even a sport I've ever.
Yeah, you could have been like a professional
It takes-
gambler or something.
It's like it takes entirely more skill to be a baseball player than just normal.
I'd say
Kevin-
hockey,
Kevin
but
the
I don't know
baseball
if that
wolf man.
translates to wolf skill.
Kevin the
You're the
baseball
instructor.
wolfman hits a line drive into center field and then goes and chases after it
That's
instead
right.
of running the
As
bases.
soon as I hit it, as soon as I catch it with my mouth when he,
You're like, "Oh, fuck."
in.
AirPod 3.
I'd turn my family, I think, but
I
I
wouldn't.
would.
You're fucking crazy to turn your family, both of you.
Why?
Why? Okay, so if you're gonna go the werewolf route, maybe because you end up dying. But if you go the vampire route, you're fucking Looney Tune. Because all you need to do is just ride out that wave of having a family, and then you can go off on your own. The fact to turn your
Just let
family
'em
members
die?
and then be with them, do you understand? You're gonna be with them forever. You're only with your partner for 80 years at the most, maybe. You're gonna be with them forever. No fucking chance. You're gonna go absolutely batshit fucking crazy. There's no fucking way. There's no way you could be. Humans are meant to be together that long. You'd have to go your own separate ways.
Can
You
I
wouldn't
go-
be a human anymore.
if-
You'd be a
if I would-
vampire.
If I was a vampire, could I go bat and bat away?
Bad.
Bad away.
I would definitely move to New York City.
Speaking
I'd
of
go to
which,
India.
if you guys don't know, I know that there was the post at @random_channel about Aaron Taylor Johnson getting the thumbs up from Pierce Brosnan to play the next Bond. But do you guys know about Stephen Toast trying out to be Bond?
Who's
I don't
Stephen
know who the fuck that
Toast?
is.
Stephen Toast. You don't know who Stephen Toast is?
Oh,
No.
Dan, who the fuck is Stephen Toast?
That's Matt Berry as Stephen Toast.
Who the fuck is Matt Berry?
Do you watch What We Do in the Shadows?
Oh,
Laszlo
He
from
tried
What
out-
We Do in the Shadows.
he tried out to be Bond.
Yeah.
When?
It's
I
like-
mean, honestly, I'd go for that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You should check out Stephen Toast.
Honestly, he seems like a more
What's his
believable
name?
Bond.
What's his
seems
name when
a
he goes
more believable
undercover?
Bond.
Johnny
Jackie Daytona.
Jackie
Jackie
Daytona. Jackie Daytona, normal human bartender. That was great. I
Honestly,
fucking love
he
What
seems
We
like
Do in
a
the
he seems
Shadows.
like a more believable Bond than Daniel Craig.
Really?
I saw this has nothing to do with Bond anymore now, but there's I saw a post where someone said, "What are the best vampire movies of all time?" And they were like asking people to like post it. I said the best two vampire movies of all time are The Lost Boys and What We Do in the Shadows.
Absolutely.
And people gave me all this shit. They were like, "It's a comedy." I'm like, "It doesn't fucking matter. It is the best vampire movie of all time." Like,
Mhm.
It's such an
Well-
accurate vampire movie too.
100%.
Because they'd be like, I've been around for so fucking long. Let's just fuck around.
Also, I did. Sarah asked me the other night randomly. She goes, "If you could live anywhere else in the world, where would you move if you could just live there, like outside of the United States or whatever?" And I thought about it. I was like, I think I would go to New Zealand. Like every
Do I
show
still
that I
make
watch
American
in
money?
New Zealand, like the What We Do in the Shadows or
Wellington
Uh,
Paranormal.
Wellington Paranormal. I started looking up houses in Wellington. I was like, how much is it to live there? I think I would live in New Zealand. I mean, they seem like nice people. So
Am I still making American money, or am I making the money of the actual place I'm in?
I don't know what the exchange rate is, but the houses that I was looking at were listed for like $1.6 million. So
Sounds about right.
Because if I'm still making American money, I'm moving to Vietnam.
what is it called? What is the Vietnam
It's a dong.
dong? The Vietnamese
Yes.
exchange code?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Make
gonna
sure you
move
bring lots
to
of dong.
wherever they end up in Eurotrip, where the guy gives him a nickel for a tip, and the guy says he's gonna go open his own hotel.
Wait, is that the place where they love Miami Vice?
That's like you
Miami
guys-
Vice,
guys are
number one
fans.
show. Yeah, I think
We
it's
love Miami
Bratislava.
Isn't that Kiev?
All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Here we go. It's going to start with, let's do the Jon Snow series first. So, Jon Snow
boy.
series, Snow More, HBO shelves the spinoff. So, for a while, they announced that they were doing this Jon Snow spinoff series at HBO. It was supposed to explore what he does beyond the wall after the events of the original Game of Thrones series. There's been no news about it or anything like that. House of the Dragons has been a hit, so I expected them to kind of touch base on this, but Kit Harington came out and said that HBO has basically permanently shelved the show. My question for you guys is, are we surprised about this? And would
No.
you have wanted to see it anyway?
No.
So
No to
yeah,
both. No, I'm
the
not
question
surprised.
I
And
have
no, I
is-
didn't want to see it.
who was involved in writing this?
I don't know.
Was it DB Weiss and David Benioff?
Benioff and Weiss.
Benioff and Weiss.
Weiss, I don't know.
Because if it was, then I'm out. And there's a reason behind that. So I did some research going into this, and I found out that with Game of Thrones, D.B. Weiss ran out of book material by the beginning of season 5. So he was kind of going out on his own, and some of the stuff got good, but then like the last 2 seasons, instead of doing 10 episodes, they did 7 episodes and then 6 episodes.
Right.
And then they just got lazy and they were like, I'm sick of doing this shit, so I'm not going to try anymore, and pissed millions of people off. But those first ones were really, really good. And at the same time, they also adapted books for the screen for the new Netflix show, 3 Body Problem, which is excellent. It is so fucking good. And I'm like, so these guys are just really good at adapting books into shows, but they can't do this shit on their own. So that's why I'm saying this Jon Snow thing, if those
So
two
they have
were
a
involved,
Snyder issue.
it would have been shit.
There you go. That's exactly what I was going to say, Duggan. It's a Snyder problem.
They're Snydered.
Yeah, they do. Because you're right. Even the first 5 seasons of Game of Thrones were really good.
Mhm.
And what's his face? George R.R. Martin. He hasn't come like
Barter
this.
Tolkien.
That fucking book has been like he's been waiting to release the Winds of Winters for like 10 years. 10 years. And
He's trying to figure out how many penises he wants in it.
no, I think now
All-
what he's trying to
all
do
of
is
them.
he's like, because he gave them like the layout of how he wanted the series to end, and that's how they adapted it. I think now he's like, well, that ending fucking sucks. So I think I'm gonna rewrite everything that I had planned and then pretend like I didn't give these idiots all my like cliff notes on how I wanted it to end. So I don't know, like they did it. You're right, they do a good job when they have a full slate of material to work with, right?
Yep.
But I mean, I'm a little bummed because Jon Snow was like the old, like you could say that out of the characters and the way that they ended in Game of Thrones, Jon Snow's character actually ended in a place where I was like believable. You know, his character probably would go beyond the wall to live with the wildlings, right? But so what was it? What was he going to be doing beyond the wall? I don't know, but I would have liked to have at least checked back in with him as a character.
Bro,
I don't
wait,
give a
what?
shit
I
about
thought he got fucking
anybody
sent
else.
to the Night's Watch at the end of that.
Yeah, he goes beyond the wall afterwards.
Yeah, they sent him to the Night's Watch, and then the Night's Watch was like, "You could just go live beyond the wall, dude. You did so much
really?
for everybody.
I
We don't give a
missed
fuck."
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
he died for the Night's Watch and then was resurrected. Technically, he's no longer bound by the vow because he did exactly what he was supposed
Well,
to.
no, because they made him take it again.
But still,
Yeah, the fuckers.
But
I
if
mean,
you die again, you're off the hook.
So I really, I wish there would be a Jon Snow series, but there's really no place for it. I think it was more of a pipe dream than anything, and I'm not surprised that they shelved it because now they got this whole fucking House of Dragon thing.
But at the
They
same
really could only go backwards than more forward with
Yeah.
the fucking Game of Thrones itself.
see, I disagree because I mean they could go in and follow the story of Arya because she just goes off west.
Well, we're talking about Jon Snow.
Yeah.
We're not
But
talking about.
But I was just saying this for the Game of Thrones thing, right? But like with John, it's just basically Snowpiercer without the fucking train.
Yeah,
And
exactly. What a great movie.
That's what Egret called him after he fucked her.
Hey now.
I'm gonna say that if they shelved the Jon Snow series, who is like by far and away one of the favorite characters of the show, they're probably not fucking gonna ever do an Arya series either.
I hear you. It would make sense
Unless
to
they
do
did
it.
it like a faceless series, that would be pretty badass.
I just want a series about Podrick going around like fucking people and then being like, "Oh my god, what is up with this dude's dick? It is incredible."
Amazing.
Oh,
Because they did like literally, there's no explanation for that like angle.
no, they
of
just
that show.
allude to it about 12 times.
Yeah,
And you know that was a George thing. He was like, "Listen, go with me now. This
What if Podrick-
Squire guy, his dick is huge.
you don't even know if it's huge. That's the thing.
He's just like
there's
this
something-
incredible lover.
There's something about this dick.
His
Yeah.
dick is like a
He's
a
known
vagina
far and wide.
muse.
Far and wide. as being this incredible lover, but at the same time, we need to cast this awkward, kind of ugly dude.
It's perfect.
Nobody will get it. Nobody will understand.
What's wrong with mediocre dudes being great lovers, Dan?
Everything.
Everything. What do you mean? Sometimes the fucking sometimes
back then when everybody just smelt like piss and shit and BO all the
he
time.
probably was the only person that would eat a box. That's why he was such a good lover.
It turns out, yeah, he just couldn't smell anything, so he was like, "Whatever, I'll try it."
Hey, you got to give that credit to Jon Snow, dude. He went down on Ygritte, and that bitch definitely never showered. So
Never had that
God,
before in her life. She didn't know what to do with the tongue. That fucking swirling thunder.
Listen, this is the second time today I'm going to bring up a Dane Cook joke, but there was a Dane Cook joke that he used to tell. He's like, "You ever go down on a chick and it's so bad you come right back up?" It's like,
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah.
it's like,
Old dip and dive.
so funny. Oh,
I
that's
once
gross.
made out with a girl that had cold saliva.
Ugh.
It would like catch. It
Is
would,
she
like,
alive?
Yeah, no. It was like catch.
Was she a
from, like, the side of
vampire?
her- Nope. It was like jowl spit.
Ah.
Ugh.
But why were her cheeks cold?
I didn't say
That's
her
not
cheeks
right.
were cold. I said her spit was cold. So it would catch in like her jowls. So like when you
Yeah, but that is still a warm
What is she, a
part of a
fucking
human's
mastiff?
body.
Bro, I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what it felt like. All right.
Jesus Christ, Duggan.
Yeah,
That sounds
Sharpay?
horrible.
What
She
the
was
fuck,
drinking
man?
battery acid.
All right,
Wait,
let's
you can't drink battery acid?
we'll
No.
transition quickly from Jon Snow to the other Game of Thrones talk because there's House of the Dragon drops. He dropped 2 trailers in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Team Green.
Green and black. Are you Team Green?
Fucking A, bro.
I am not. I'm Team Black.
Hell yeah,
So-
you would be Team Black.
I am Team Black. Team
Yeah.
Green's full of shit. The fucking king was very clear that his daughter was supposed to be the queen.
Team Green knows what's real, brother.
But
Yeah.
yeah, they drop. It's cool that they dropped both those trailers. That's whoever's
do
like
like
show
that.
running that show. They like know what's up. They're like, oh,
They know
bro,
what
we're
the
gonna
fuck's
drop
up.
2 trailers from 2 different perspectives.
Guess who it's
Yeah,
not?
yeah, it's perfect.
It's not DB Weiss and
It's not the
It's
firm
Snyder.
of Weiss and Benioff.
yeah, so that show's coming back. I'm really excited for that. There's not going to be any time jumps this season. The characters that were at the end of that season is just who we're running with through the end of the series. So
So no more aging.
no more. Well, yeah, no more aging. I don't think because I
That
don't think
shit
any of these
fucked me up.
characters.
It took me a while to understand what the fuck was happening. Like, why are people changing? I don't understand it.
They did.
It was like watching The Crown. That shit was
That was part
fucking
of the.
me up, dude.
Honestly, like I liked House of the Dragon. I didn't love it. Like I don't think it's like Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 5 good, but
Mhm.
it was good, right? But I hated the time jumps. Every episode, I'm like, God damn these fucking time jumps! Like it's like just stick with a storyline. Like it wouldn't take this long for the conflicts to start. But then by the time it reached the end, I was like, okay, now that we're like in this timeline, I'm more on board than I was before.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this shit because I have just a feeling like don't the dragons play like a huge part in this fucking like thing? Aren't we about to see some like
There
heavy
are
duty-
dragons.
Lots
Well,
of dragon
then-
fights.
right? That's what I'm saying. Like it's about to be like on. Like that's some shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
I-
every family has like 3 or 4 dragon riders.
Right.
now.
So it's about to be some like
Well,
goddamn
One
aerial
family has
assaults.
one less.
Yes, but that was a little dragon.
But I think I have to imagine that is a precursor to what we can expect to be seeing a lot more of.
The White
going
Power
forward.
Ranger.
Let me ask you this. I asked I asked this question before, but
This
like,
Catholic?
which of the castles that you've seen in like all of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, which one would you like to live in the most?
Harrenhal.
Harrenhold?
Yep.
Ooh,
That place sucked.
that
That
place
place
does
is
suck.
fantastic.
Dude, it was like melted down on top of itself.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a fucking haunted castle. Why would you not like it?
I don't know. It looks like shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like very
Put some
poopy.
boards up. I mean, you're good to go, man. It's
By the way,
fine.
you're gonna see
Put some
that.
newspaper
You're gonna
down.
see that in this
before it
series.
gets melted.
In
yeah.
all its
Yes.
in all its glory and then getting melted.
Yes.
Yes.
It happens during the events of
Oh, cool.
this.
I think I liked the Eerie the best.
The one with the fucking moon door.
The moon door, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I actually like. I think High Garden's probably the nicest out of all of them. That
You
place
don't
looked
really get
really.
to see Dorne.
Yeah, not that.
Dorne.
You didn't see a castle at Dorne, really.
You
but,
saw like
you don't get to-
a
you
garden.
see it, like,
Yeah.
yeah, you get to see the garden, but you don't get to really see Dorne. I think I got a reserved judgment until I see Dorne's castle.
My favorite though is actually in House of the Dragon. It's that fucking shipwood or driftwood or whatever it's called. The one
Hell
that was
yeah.
like it's like a Cape Cod castle. It was
Yeah, right.
the
It's a
throne
cute
made
little
out of
cottage.
dude, the throne made out of like the broken ship and stuff. I'm like, that's fucking cool. Nice little Cape house with dragons.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let me get my house that's made of wood with dragons. Great.
No,
like the
it's the
Cape.
house. The castle was made out of fucking stone. It just had a bunch of like driftwood and like sailing nets and shit. It was very Cape Coddy.
I'm more of a mahogany and ham guy.
Yeah. I don't
It's a
care for
shitwood, Kevin.
shitwood. I don't care for shitwood.
Shitwood, Kevin. Shitwood.
Driftwood. That's a shit wood.
Legitimately.
That little
you know
fucking
what?
prick was running along the dunes looking for that big fucking dragon too. Like,
Oh,
Duggan, I think you froze.
dude, it happens all the time, dude. Like every fucking week, this internet blows. I don't know why I pay all this goddamn money for shit internet.
Are
I
you on a
specific-
laptop?
I'm on an Apple MacBook Air.
At least
Okay.
he's smiling.
I
I know.
I think it's actually a problem with the actual MacBook Airs. My wife has the same issue with that happens with hers.
It's very
Apple, get on your
yeah.
shit. Let's go. Figure it out the fuck out.
Yeah, fucking Apple.
Yeah.
This is the problem. Just like I
It
texted
is
him earlier.
such a problem.
I'm also on a Mac, and I can make myself freeze. You ready?
Nobody wants to freeze. I don't like being frozen.
How? How did you do that?
I'm just not moving.
Oh,
Oh my lord.
I can't believe you did. You thought
That
he
was
was froze
good.
himself?
I thought he did. I thought he did.
That's so
That
funny.
was great. You were so still.
You are still as night.
That was incredible.
That's so funny.
Oh shit.
I actually thought you did it because you told me it's an old MacBook, so I didn't know if it was like if I shake it or something, it's gonna like. And you just went like, "See, I can't do it. I moved too much. I couldn't even do it."
I licked my finger and I stuck it in one of the USB ports.
That's what I thought.
Kevin,
Dude,
if you-
let me tell you something. When you go back and watch this on when we cut these down, I am telling you, you're gonna think you froze yourself too because you
I
didn't
would be
move.
honest. It looks convincing that you're like, yep, I can do that too. Boop.
But even John's moving. You weren't moving at all. I think it's because you have all that shadow around you. It didn't catch the movement so good. I can't do it. I can't do it, but you did it. That was incredible.
oh my god,
You
Yeah,
were
that
as
really are-
frozen as
You're
Duggan's
so-
images. Like, I'm
you're
not
so
kidding you.
gullible.
So crazy.
And you were making fun of John for not understanding how Larry Lucchino died.
Dude,
Yeah, you prick.
you
Yeah.
freezing yourself on screen is way more believable than the Larry Lucchino lies.
He
Okay?
could
I don't
have
know.
gotten killed by bulls in Madrid. How do I know that?
Because they
John-
don't do the running of the bulls in Madrid, John.
don't-
Come on, read a book.
Where do they do the running of the bulls? Isn't it Madrid?
Pamplona.
Oh,
Yeah, Barcelona.
He could have
Same
been running from a
same
bull in
difference.
Madrid.
oh man.
God.
Bull just got loose.
Even
Wow.
still, John, you should have known because of the escalation. That's really what it comes down to. The
Hey,
first
once
thing I
it-
said
Once
was
it got
AIDS,
once it got to
and
the
then I
simian butt
immediately went
sex-
to the fucking bull. Come on.
No, first, like when you said the simian butt sex, I knew it wasn't real.
Oh, that was 100% real.
This is a callback. Every episode we're going to talk about this again and again.
Gotta
Uh,
love that.
The
Simeon
segment
butt
we
sex.
didn't think would be a recurring segment on this show, Larry Lucchino's death. That's incredible.
Jesus Christ.
Amazing.
Oh, Duggan,
Oh,
you're
he's
back.
back.
Oh, he's back.
All right. The other Game of Thrones thing they just announced, and this is again, this falls into it. They literally are only going to be doing prequel stuff. Like Duggan said, there's a history they can keep jumping back into without having to touch how shitty the end of the regular show was. They announced that a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is getting released, and that's supposed to be set, I think, after the events of House of the Dragon, but before Game of Thrones. So sometime in like the Mad King era or around the Mad King era, I think.
Who's the knight?
There are two people. It's a knight and his squire. One of them's name is Egg.
I mean, who are they supposed to be? Like, what's their point in this?
They're
series?
just it's just a knight and a squire who go like on a journey through the Seven Kingdoms, doing whatever, like helping people out or getting involved in like skirmishes or whatnot. But it's literally has nothing to do with the fucking throne or anything. He's literally just like a wandering knight.
So it's a Han Solo movie.
It's a
yeah,
buddy cop movie.
it's like a spin-off of a way. Let's see.
I'd rather
It's a-
watch Peter Dinklage roll around and fuck. That would be way funnier.
It's not supposed to be funny.
What? That would be way better than watching a knight and his like homie rolling around. I'd rather see Peter Dinklage being a horrible child.
Okay. Sir Duncan the Tall is the knight.
That's
and
me.
His diminutive squire, Egg.
That's John.
I'm not Egg.
Egg.
It's Dan.
John, the way that you're sitting right now, you look pretty egg.
Egg. The squire Egg is actually one of the Targaryens. He's
Aegon.
Prince Aegon. So
Egg
Yeah.
Targaryen.
So he's got fucking bleach blonde hair.
Egg tag.
Egg Targaryen.
Egg tag.
Why of all the letters in that name do you shorten your name to Egg?
His name is
That way
Egg
people
Targaryen.
That way
Egg.
people do not recognize you as often.
It was probably Egg, and then people started giving him shit. So they were like, "Fuck you, Egg," and he's like, "It's
Yeah.
Egg."
I think it's
It's-
Egg.
It's
Egg.
Edge.
It's like,
It's
no,
Edge,
it's
but the
fucking
D is silent.
Egg.
All right, let's get off.
I
the
mean,
Game of
I'll
Thrones
give it a
stuff real
watch. Fuck it.
quick. It's
I mean,
probably
I
gonna
give
be
it a
good.
go.
I'm sure it's the same showrunners that are doing House of the Dragon that are doing that. But all right, so we're gonna jump into like a kind of shorter topic here, and that's this. Dan teased it earlier. Glenn Powell.
Where did I
of-
tease it?
You pulled it up on the screen before we went live, so you
Random
didn't really-
underscore channel.
No, I
Tease
mean,
it
I
for
believe it's
us.
on Instagram. He teased it on the Random channel.
Random underscore channel.
channel.
We have 16 followers. I'd like to have more.
16.
We
Who's
post
Glenn
every
Powell?
day, and by we I mean me.
It's your-
What's
And Duncan
I like-
and John send me stuff that they want me to post, so I post.
And
What's
I
he
like
from?
that shit every single
Oh,
time.
John is the only person that likes all my shit.
That's
I've
bullshit.
gone through and liked them once a week. But Glenn Powell, he's been in a bunch of stuff. He was in Top Gun Maverick. He's Hangman in that, and then he was
Oh.
in. He's like a douchebag in.
Was
What's
he?
that?
He was
Real
in
life?
another flying movie. Was he in the Midway?
Dumbo?
Yes, he was in Midway. I think you're right. It is Midway. And
Wings?
not Wings. He was in.
Twin Peaks.
There's that series that Scream Queens that was on like NBC.
Yes.
He was like the douchebag like frat guy in that. He was really funny actually. And yeah, he's a good actor and he's gonna be in.
He played John Glenn in Hidden Figures.
Ah, yes. Astronaut John Glenn.
The first
So
man.
wait, I'm fucking confused. It says Stephen King and Edgar Wright. So which one is it?
Stephen
Stephen
King wrote the book.
book.
Edgar Wright
Yeah.
is directing.
And it's based on this guy who runs.
The Running Man, the Arnold
ever seen The Running
Schwarzenegger
Man?
movie.
Pretty scary guy who runs. I like
Did
it.
you ever see The Running Man with
Does he
Arnold
run with
Schwarzenegger?
scissors? No.
I
It's
haven't.
fucking
Really?
classic. It's amazing.
Dude, it's awesome. Doug, it's right up your fucking alley, man.
What's
Dude,
it about? Tell me. I need to know.
Arnold Schwarzenegger gets
Synopsis.
forced to play on this game show, right? It-
Oh.
But like the game show is all these convicts, including Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's not supposed to be a convict, but he.
So it's
is.
Death Race?
Wait.
much.
Yes,
Back
stop
up a
running.
second. So he gets approached in jail.
No,
No, he
This is just what jail is.
he was arrested for something he didn't do, and the government made him look like he did it. He gets sent to
Holy
this show, The Running Man, where like he's a convict, and they send all these convicts to run through this fucking basically like dystopian, destructive future where all these psychos, like these like people that
Like-
are
Buzzsaw,
Yeah,
Sub-Zero.
these
Some
psychos show
more
up.
Psychos. Like
Yeah,
like
they show
like,
up to kill
radioactive psychos.
Like, yeah, they're like characters. They show up to fucking kill these criminals on the
Okay.
Running Man, and they film it. It's a live TV show, and it's got like a host, and he's like, well, "That was a close call." And like, it's
Oh
like,
man.
it's fucking awesome. And
So
Arnold Schwarzenegger's got so many good one-liners, and it's not even funny. And
Yes.
is it like the Hunger Games?
yeah, except
Kind of.
condensed into like one TV show.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
actually
Arnold
watching the
Schwarzenegger-
Hunger Games. Those movies are
Arnold Schwarzenegger goes up against one of the guys named Sub-Zero. he's basically just like this. He's like this big Hawaiian guy with fucking goalie pads and a fucking like a goalie stick that's got a scythe on it. And
Yep.
he's like skating after fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger kills him. He goes, he talking to the camera. He goes,
It's Sub-Zero.
"This was Sub-Zero. Now Plane Zero." Like, it's like so good.
So what age like Schwarzenegger are we talking here?
87.
Yeah.
Like mid 80s.
Oh,
So it's like prime fucking Schwarzenegger. He's so
It's
good.
it's available on Pluto TV. I just
Yeah.
looked it up. I'll add
I
it
don't
to
even
the
know what that
list
is.
when
It's
I'm
fantastic. Anyways, it's a
not
movie-
watching the other movies I was told I have to watch.
You do have to watch those other movies, but truthfully, I do love The Running Man. So if you want to just do, it wouldn't be a wicked bad movie because I love The
Because it'd be
Running
a
Man.
wicked fucking awesome movie.
Wicked fucking awesome movie. I will do a review of Running Man next week if you want. But
Absolutely.
But yeah, so they're remaking it, and I never read the Stephen King book, so I don't know if the movie was way off or anything like
I
that.
bet you it was because he was doing so much cocaine. So like that book is probably crazy.
So Glenn Powell being cast as the Arnold Schwarzenegger character is I'm excited to see it, but I just thought this was a fun little story that just popped up today.
Hell
So-
yeah.
And Dan, where can they find this story on our Instagram?
At
At
Randumb _channel. Look at my name. It's
says
it's right
Dan
there.
Babs.
Let's look at my name.
Right
Yep.
there.
Speaking
Yeah.
of under tags, help us get to 500 subs, guys. We are at 363. Last I checked, we're getting up there quick. So
We're
If you get-
trying our best.
yeah, if you can help us get there by clicking the subscribe button, liking all our videos, that'd be a huge help. Trying to get to 500 subs by summer movie season. Dan,
Hell yeah.
stop freezing.
Can't wait for Fall Guy.
You blinked that time. I knew you were.
I did blink.
Yeah,
I can't not blink.
the first time you did.
Wow.
Speaking of dystopian futures, the Fallout series dropped yesterday, and I watched 3/4 of the first episode, and like the reviews say, it's pretty fucking good. So
Fucking
I
Great.
watched the first episode plus some of the second episode.
I'm about halfway through the first episode.
I
It's
watched the
so-
first episode.
it's so good. It's-
It's so horseshit trash.
what?
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 Worst
You go
worst piece
fuck
of garbage
yourself.
I've ever watched. I wish I
Dude, you
got
can't even say
45
that shit with a
minutes of my
straight
life.
mic.
I'm just kidding. Hey, you're
It wasn't.
listening
It wasn't
again.
45 minutes. It was like an hour.
Yeah, worst hour of my life.
I
I
can't
could
believe
watch
that.
it. What it's so all right.
What's it about?
It's about a girl who gets
Yeah.
stabbed in the fucking gut because she was force raped by a guy who breaks into her fucking little bunker town.
Oh, that was pretty
She-
willing.
That was not a rape. She
That was
was
consensual.
very
Sex
willing.
in a married
Forces
couple.
that guy so pretty hard.
Yeah.
He tricked her. That's forced rape.
She was on top.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I fast forward through most of it. It was whole bullshit.
you
The only
fast
awesome-
forwarded.
The only awesome part was Walter Goggins in the middle and when he did the ghoul scene. That was the best because he's badass. Other than that, trash. Don't like it. I will purely watch it for Walter Goggins only.
His first name's Walton.
I don't give a fuck if his name's
And
Walt-
it's Kristen Dunst.
it's Walter.
Duggan, you have to watch
I
don't
at
have
least
to do
the
shit.
second episode. Listen, there's a werebear.
There's a
I don't take
werebear.
Yaguai.
There's a werebear.
I don't even know what that is.
Yaguai.
It's a werewolf, but a bear.
Yeah, I didn't
Uh,
know I didn't know what the fuck they were calling it, and I said I don't know what that is, but that's a werebear.
They call it a they call it a Yaguai,
Yeah,
just to be clear.
A
Yeah,
mogwai.
Mogwai.
Yaguai, apparently. It's a
Well,
werebear.
I really like it. So, and my wife, who sometimes likes the shit that I watch, I was like, I don't know if you're gonna like this at all. Let me put it on. We'll see what happens. she fucking loved it. She was really
Hell
into
yeah.
it. So I was like, wow,
course.
this is
Of-
great.
Yeah, of course.
Not enough to finish the first episode though. She's like, I gotta go to bed. I was like, all right, fine. So
You know who's gonna watch it? My in-laws. You know how old they are? 80. That's the type of shit they like to watch.
it's a video game show. Why would they be into this?
I'm watching it from perspective of I don't even know what the fuck Fallout is. Even though I know what it is, I'm watching it because I never played the game. So I'm watching it purely as a viewer, and it was trash.
I can't believe that,
Yeah,
Duncan. I think
thumbs
it's so good. I loved it. I thought I loved the fake like Tomorrowland
Oh yeah.
escape of the 1950s that they show with fucking robots and shit, and then all the nuclear powered like cars and shit. I loved it. I thought it looked awesome.
The robots are known as like the ones
That
with the three-
scene in the
Right.
beginning of the first episode where Walt Goggins is like.
the cowboy.
He's like if it's bigger than your thumb, don't even bother to run with his
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Accurate.
Whoa! I was like,
So
this
scary.
is intense. I'm fucking scared for them.
That
you
is-
know, like,
The multiple
that is
nukes
truth,
was
though.
nuts.
That is
Yeah.
truth.
That's it. Yeah.
Of course, it's truth. It was in a show. Why wouldn't it be true?
No,
Dad, is it your thumb or my thumb? I was
Yeah.
like, oh no.
Oh,
He said,
no.
fuck.
Watching the bombs dropping all across the cities and everything else, you're like, fuck yeah, that's
Oh. LA
terrible.
was
That's exactly how it
fucked.
went down in the games.
John,
So-
have you gotten to the point where the bunker like fight has happened?
It's starting right now.
Okay.
I pegged those people as raiders the minute I seen them.
Well, see, I've never played the game, so I didn't. I was like,
Neither
I
have
don't know I don't know what the fuck's going on with these people.
Dude,
but-
It's all right.
The minute I
They
see
get
somebody with
fucking-
fucking tattoos, I was like, no vault dweller has tattoos. It doesn't happen.
Yep.
Right? I see
Well,
how
that's because
dirty they
it's
were.
239 years or something after that.
217,
Whatever.
217, 219, yeah, something like that.
219.
Whatever it was. It was a big number.
It was
Yeah.
219.
I haven't met Walt
So all
Goggins in
those-
the future yet.
all
How does
those
he
people-
survive?
Oh,
Some
you,
people-
you really want me
some
to
people
spoil
get
it?
irradiated.
He's buried and then he's fucking pumped with radiation.
Yep. And that keeps him alive. And one other guy pulls him up every year and removes a piece of his body. That's why he has no nose.
And he eats him.
What?
Yeah. Cannibalism is a real way of living in the wasteland.
That's crazy.
But he's a badass cowboy ghoul.
Yep.
Pretty accurate. Yeah.
I thought so I guess this I'm sure they will address this, but I thought the girl who was the leader of the raiding party, I thought that was be his kid.
No.
I think it is. It looks like her.
But how? She's
Yeah, it wouldn't be. It's not her.
no.
Did
Yeah,
she
he-
get put did she get
would have
shoved
to-
into a
she would-
vault?
She would have to be a ghoul at that point.
Well, how do you know
Right?
she's not?
Because she doesn't look at like a ghoul at all.
'Cause
sir.
she's
To me, she
She
looked
has-
pretty. She looked like she'd been smoking for 100 years, John.
It doesn't make a difference. Schools are very specific on how they on the appearance wise. They don't. It's
Why?
So
How do you
in the
know? How do you
game,
know? It's a show.
John.
It's a show. How do you know?
In the game,
Yeah.
are ghouls like they can talk and like they're normal people?
So there's a devolution that happens with the ghouls. The oldest ghouls that are out there typically go ahead and they turn feral for the most part, right? Some of the ghouls that are younger are more recent to a degree, like Walton Goggins is in this one. Still retain some of their humanity and they're still able to talk, and people think they're fucking zombies.
He's
More or less.
219 years old, John.
And
No, he's older than that because he was at least in his late
40s.
40s, early
Yeah.
50s
Yeah.
when they
so,
dropped the bombs.
So that's his daughter. Thanks. Thanks for playing.
We
It's
don't
been
know.
200
So is the
Okay.
chicken thing a real thing?
Yeah,
That ferals can't abide by a chicken.
that's right.
I-
It was in the show.
Also, Bubba from Forrest Gump.
I
Small
believe
part,
so.
but he's there.
That was not him. It looked like him, but it wasn't.
That
But-
was him. It had to have been.
Duncan. He's just trying to
I obviously haven't gotten through all the
You fuck.
I obviously haven't gotten through all of the first episode, and I'm
Yeah,
curious to
that's
see
much.
what happens. Yeah, okay, thank you, Doug.
Such a naysayer, dude. Is this because we all think that OJ is a fucking murderer? Are you trying
No,
to
he's
attack
just
us?
getting,
He was
he's just
acquitted.
getting mad because we keep correcting him. Duggan's
But-
gonna quit the podcast after
I-
that.
I would like
He's
to quit. I'm
gonna do his
100%
own
right.
podcast. Just me and hanging with Juice.
It's just
I
me
don't
with
think
a
it's
carton
gonna
of
be a
OJ
show.
juice.
Oh shit! Sorry,
I
I was
can't-
looking at the cast list of Fallout, and Matt Berry's in 3 episodes.
Oh, who the fuck's Matt Berry?
Oh, you love Matt Berry, the guy from What We Do in the Shadows.
Laszlo
Oh.
from What We Do in the Shadows.
I'm curious to see if they go ahead like when they introduce the Brotherhood of Steel. That's gonna be fantastic. I can't wait for that.
Okay, that's
wondering.
episode 2.
Yeah, I haven't gotten.
They
to
show
yet.
him in episode 1.
Yeah, they show part of it in
haven't got-
episode 1, but you
haven't
get
gotten there
really
yet.
deep into it in episode 2.
Yeah,
What do the knights look like?
They look like big
Brotherhood of
big
Steel.
robot
No,
guys.
not the steel guys. What do they look like inside?
Oh, they're people.
like what's his face? Michael Rappaport.
But I mean, are they like?
Michael
am I getting-
Rappaport's in this show.
Yeah.
Am I getting like someone who's like Vin Diesel, or am I getting someone who's like Kevin Hart?
You're getting Michael Rappaport.
Yeah.
No, like Michael Cera.
Michael
No,
Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport is not in this fucking show.
Yes, he is.
If Michael Rappaport is in the show, I'm not watching the show.
Okay, fine. Then stop watching it.
Well,
What do you have
lost
against
me.
Michael Rappaport?
That guy sucks. He's such a cunt.
He's just like Eric Bana. He's terrible.
If Michael Rappaport ever catches wind of this, I fucking hate you. The Knicks fucking suck, and you go suck a dick. And that's a fact.
Okay.
I hate
What
Michael
about Ian Rappaport, the the sports analysis and guy?
Who's Ian Rappaport? You mean Michael Rappaport?
No, Ian Rappaport.
No, Joe Rappaport.
No, Michael Rappaport is the redheaded actor.
Who's that?
That's who you were just talking shit about.
Yeah, I know. Fuck that guy.
What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ, Duncan.
I need
I
more
think
rapport from Ian Rappaport.
Ian Rappaport works for ESPN.
Dun-dun-dun.
Michael Rappaport is the redheaded actor.
He's a cunt.
You don't even know who he is. You don't know who he is. You are
Michael
talking about-
Rappaport played a delivery guy in Next Friday. That guy is a douche canoe.
Yes,
I
he
can't
did.
stand him.
Okay.
You do know who he is.
Confirmed. You know who he is. Congratulations.
You must be one of those rapper guys, huh? That's how you afford this house.
Yeah. Fucking dildo.
So fucking. That's actually a great character.
That's a good character, though. That's a funny character.
I again getting back to Fallout. I hope they show death claws and shit like that because I think that shit's great.
I don't know what
that?
any of that is, John.
Yeah.
So
It's just basically a giant.
I just
mutated
like the
cat.
aesthetic. I like the aesthetic of the show, and it's obviously super fucking violent, which I didn't expect it to be that violent.
You're
I
gonna
don't know why.
expect the
Yeah.
girl who spent her whole life in a fucking tunnel to go out and survive more than 30 seconds?
Dude.
Yeah, all right. Maybe that's a little
Kevin?
far fetched, but
Kevin, wait. I haven't even made it through the second episode. You just wait until the ghoul meets the knight in Philadelphia.
In
Shit
Sundown at the
shit gets
Shanty Saloon.
fucking wild.
The Ghoul versus the
Absolutely
Knight.
fucking wild.
This sounds like a UFL fucking football game.
the ghouls versus the knights.
Yeah, the Brotherhood of Steel does not like ghouls, just in general.
Yeah. It's
John,
pretty-
I think if you play this, you're gonna absolutely love episode 2.
You do
Yeah, I'm
this
gonna
count.
probably geek out in the worst way.
Yeah,
'cause I mean,
even though Michael Rappaport is in it.
I mean, again, I'm not a biggest fan of Michael Rappaport, but still, I'll still watch it, even though he's in
Why
it.
would he even be selected to the Brotherhood of the Night? That guy's a cunt. He would never even fucking make it. That guy would be running his mouth the whole time, and he would just get smacked. Do you think that one person survived a fucking blade in the boot? That guy would have been killed in his fucking sleep.
Oh, that
Like,
scene
he-
was disgusting.
Yeah.
Wait till you see that, John. It's gonna make you want to puke. And,
Brutal.
I think that's a chick too, right? That wasn't a guy.
It's a they.
Okay.
Let's get it correct. Okay.
Anyways, on the back of this show, which was it was really like again, the reviews are great across the board for it. I think it's really cool. What other video game shows or video game properties do you guys think would make a cool show or
Teenage Mutant Ninja
movie?
Turtles.
Oh,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
shut the fuck up.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
I
Turtles
like
is
you,
already a
sir.
thing.
It's been done, and it was terrible multiple times.
Yeah, but that new one's gonna be kick ass because it's rated R.
Oh, see, that's
Is
I'm
that
looking
real
forward to-
though? Because you shared it's a Screen Rant article you shared, right?
I like it.
Yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Hell yeah.
Real news, fake news. If I see it and I say fuck yeah, I'm posting
From
it
Russia.
at random_channel. Follow
I
it.
was-
I would like to see Castlevania. I think Castlevania would be
Ooh.
fantastic.
With real people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed, the first
done.
one.
I'd like to see Earth.
What? No, that was
Prince of
Crash
Persia.
Bandicoot.
They did a Michael Fassbender Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah, it was
That's
awesome.
fucking bad.
The fuck?
Oh, what?
I didn't,
That movie was great.
I
No,
didn't
You're
even
out of your
fucking
fucking
see it.
mind. It's bad.
It was
I
so
never saw
fun.
I'll
it either.
change my
It was
answer.
amazing.
Far Cry. Any of those stories would be good.
I'd like to see Fallout.
Specifically the one in the United States. That was
Oh,
a good one. I think that's
That
Far
actually
Cry
would be
5.
a fantastic one.
Tuck,
That
yeah.
would be a
Did
fantastic.
you hear Duggan? He said
No.
he'd like to see Fallout get adapted.
No, honestly, Crash Bandicoot live action, I think would be hilarious.
Crash
How are you
Bandicoot doesn't
gonna-
even talk.
How are you going to train a bandicoot to do all that?
What do you mean?
shit?
They have Sonic. That's live action.
He talks.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot live action.
Oh man.
And I want Jack Black to play Crash Bandicoot.
I mean, series is the way to go, though, right? Because I think TV just movies are they never work out for movies. I mean, I guess the Sonic movies did.
Unless
but-
it's Amazon, because Amazon just throws out fucking classic bangers after classic bangers.
I think it depends on what franchise you're going with, because with Fallout, how many Fallout games are there? 4?
like 5.
No,
Five?
it's like 5 or 6.
Okay. So, but everything is basically the same story in the same land, right?
Yeah, it's all based in the United States, but different spots.
So you have that, whereas like something like Far Cry, where every single time it's a different fucking story in a different place, different, it's always different. So I mean, you could do a series where it's like this season
Yeah.
we're doing what happened in Far Cry 4, which was in the Philippines or some shit, and then you come to America for 5, and then 6 you go down into the Caribbean with all that shit. So I mean, there's potential
Yeah,
to kind of do a series,
sure.
but
I only
you,
played
you
one.
do
Far
get to
Cry
fit a
game.
lot more.
I only played one Far Cry game. I didn't beat it.
Did you play Far Cry Primal?
No, it was like
Yes.
some guy on the radio was like singing like classic rock and shit. I don't know which one that one was, but
Where were you in the world?
I don't know.
Were you in Montana?
Maybe
Was there nuclear weapons?
I don't know.
Was
Was-
there a cult? Was there a cult?
I think there's a cult in
Okay,
every one of them,
that
isn't
was-
there?
No,
No, not
that was
really,
Far
no.
Cry 5.
Okay.
I was gonna say, because the fishing in Far Cry 5 is excellent, by the way.
The fishing?
Yeah.
Did you play Far Cry 6?
I didn't know.
Okay, Far Cry 6, it has even better fishing than Far Cry 5.
There we
Did they
go.
ever do Red Dead Redemption?
I mean, they could go make that into a series if they wanted to, or they can make it into a movie, one way or the other. It could work. It's about getting the right cast for it, I would sit
Yeah.
there and say.
I think
was
that
actually
was
just-
Walton Goggins.
Yeah,
I
can
like
see
the
that.
dude who plays in Justified. I forget his name.
Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that guy's the shit.
Actually, I was thinking Metal Gear Solid.
I think it was Far Cry 4 because this looks familiar to me. This guy.
You were in the Philippines or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's not the Philippines. It's
Yeah, some made up fucking place.
yeah, but it's not the
It
Philippines.
was in
It's-
Southeast Asia.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I,
like
think it was-
Tibet. It's almost like Tibet almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
But yeah,
Tibet
no.
on college sports.
Metal Gear Solid, I think would be great.
It's terrible.
Yeah, that'd be
Terrible.
cool.
Um,
Did that Twisted Metal series come out? I've never
Yeah.
even
yeah,
how was
Yeah.
that? I never even saw that.
It's decent.
that's not bad.
It's decent.
Will Arnett, or was it Will? Who does the voice of Sweet Tooth, whatever the fuck his name is?
Oh, Will Arnett does, yeah.
Will Arnett.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the show, but I've seen like clips of him, and he's fucking crazy. I
Yeah.
think he's great. So
Yeah, it's great. There's some good stuff in that, some that's not as good, but I mean, at the same time, with something like that, if you ever played that game, you just know that it's basically Crash Up Derby. That's all it is. Where they just kind of took characters from a game where you're just smashing into other cars and trying to blow them up, and they actually wrote a story behind it, which was kind of cool, and they did a decent job at writing the story. So it's definitely worth a watch. I watched it and I said it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I'm looking
You know,
forward
it'd be cool
to a
Be
season
like
2.
Double Dragons. 'Cause I used
They-
to love that game.
They made a movie in the 90s. It was awful, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't be cool as a fucking like
I was gonna
series or
bring that up.
something.
I was
you know?
like, I was bring that up, being like,
Do you know how that video game ends? Like the real game? The end of the game, you're fighting your way to the top of this tower to fight you fight the fucking Boa Bobo, whatever the guy's name is at the end of it. And then the last fight is you have to fight your own brother because
Right, yeah.
only one of you gets to take the fucking chick home and fuck her.
Yeah.
Seriously, you kill your brother at the end, and then it's like, this is my bitch now.
as it should be. Fight to the death.
Help me get to the top of this tower, and then all bets are off, baby. I had one that I was just thinking of, and now I fucking lost it. So that's not good.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Ugh.
The
How do you make
story
that?
mode, the story
Mhm.
behind that.
The entire story, all across all the games there.
Anything with Soap McTavish.
Okay,
I don't
I
even
get
know what
behind
you're
that.
talking about.
I get behind that.
Yeah.
With Ghost and Soap. Yeah.
I can't believe you guys
You have to
played
take
the
into
story.
account the Coriolis effect.
I can't believe you guys have played the
So
story.
long as you
mode
don't
in
take out the
Modern War-
airport
in
scene.
any of those
The
Call of
airport
Duty
scene is
games.
one of the most important parts of it.
What about like Earthworm?
Sorry, what'd you
Jim?
say, Kevin?
I said I can't believe any of you have played the story mode in Call of Duty. That is crazy to me.
What are you talking about? That airport scene is like one of the most important. Like,
Yeah.
airport scene is one of the most controversial fucking things that's ever come out in video games. Besides when Doom first came out, and it was picketed by the religious people. You know,
I don't know. It's strange to me because I never played those ever unless it was just playing
there you
online
go.
to shoot people down.
Give me a fucking Wolfenstein, either series or movie. People get behind that shit. No problem.
Mm.
You're killing Nazis. All right.
What did you say earlier today? You said Dead Space, John. That'd be a good
Yes. Dead Space
Ooh,
would be
that's
fantastic.
spooky.
one. Wicked spooky.
I played Dead Space for free the first level, and I said, no, this is too scary.
It
Not
is-
for me.
it is great. Right. Using a
Nothing.
plasma cutter to dismember necromorphs is fantastic. So
I think
I
there's
don't know
other
what that
animated-
game is.
Sorry,
I don't know.
Dead-
I'm sorry. I don't know what that game is, but like, I saw this video. It was like a fake horror movie, and this person, like, so say Kevin, I come to your house, and you and Sarah, they open the door, and I'm like, guys, I have this box. I come in, I put it on your kitchen table. I'm like, I'm sorry, I gotta give you this box. I'm out of here. Boom, boom, boom. I run, and you guys are like, what the fuck? So you're like looking at this box, then you look at each other, and you look, and the box opens up, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, how did that box open up? What do we do? And you look at each other again, and then all of a sudden you see your hands coming out of the box. And so this happens every time you look away from the box, and it proceeds. Like, you keep going. Every time you look away, now a head comes up, and the guy's like dripping wet, and he's like gross looking and shit. So, anyways, going back to that game you just
Kind of like the thing right behind Dan. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
but like the video game is like you have a flashlight. And it's kind of like in Mario when you look at ghosts, but like you have to have the flashlight and you have to walk around the room. But there's these things that follow you, but they don't follow you unless you have the flashlight. That would be a good show.
Oh man.
Is this a real game that you don't know the name of, or did you just make this up?
It could be both.
I want to say it's like a clock tower game that's like that.
It sounds
Something
fucking
like that.
terrifying,
Yeah.
man.
Right. Yeah. Gross.
It's a shit game.
Hey, if anybody knows what the name of this game is, put it in the comments. Thanks.
Yeah.
I just
It's-
know the video clip. That was scary as shit. That was gross. I'll have to
There
send
was
that
a
to you guys.
game that I remember playing with Nelly like years
Tommy
ago.
sticks.
Dude, I used to go to Nellie's house and we would fucking play Resident Evil so much.
Yeah.
Hey,
He
there's
was
a movie
obsessed
that's
with it on
he
Sega
loved
Genesis.
Resident Evil.
I love the first 4 Resident Evils, even the 5th one.
Opening those doors. Ugh.
Those are great games that they've never adapted the movies. Like they never adapted the movies based on the games alone.
Yeah,
and
like
that's
they
a
should've.
disservice. They
Yeah.
fucking should do it that way. Like just give me the fucking game in
make
movie
the
form.
series. A series
Yeah.
would work well for that.
Series would be
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
Series would be great. But there was a game we were playing once where it was just this creepy ass hallway, and like I couldn't find. You had to figure your way out of the hallway by doing a certain number of things. But no matter what, like things are gonna pop out and scare the shit out of you and like make you restart. And we were playing this thing, and he and I are just on the couch. He's playing it, and I'm just watching it. And all of a sudden he turns and this fucking creepy ass like ring girl is in the hallway, like like at you, and I screamed so loud. And so much so that he, who was playing the video game, went, "Whoa!" because of my scream. He goes, "I can't believe you just screamed like that." He goes, "No one really screams like that."
Scream like a girl.
It was terrifying, fucking terrifying. Oh man. Oh shit.
Good times.
Yeah, no, I have not contributed a single video game to this conversation. I'd like
Resident Evil would be badass.
I'd like him to redo Uncharted. I know they did the movie with Tom Holland. Terrible casting. That whole fucking movie.
You're just mad that they
Wahlberg.
put Mark Wahlberg in it.
I do hate Mark Wahlberg, but no, it was the Tom Holland's bad casting too. It's Nathan Drake is supposed to be like in his like 30s, and maybe Tom Holland is in his 30s actually now, but he doesn't look it. Yeah. I wish they cast like Bradley Cooper, who's like obviously not in his 30s. Bradley Cooper,
solid, yes,
and Bruce Campbell should have been Sully and Nathan Drake.
Yeah,
that would have been a fantastic fucking movie.
Pizza Papa always gets paid.
Pizza Papa always gets paid. But that would be. I'd like to see those games are fantastic. So that would be great.
Cool.
All right. That's a good place to end it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you so much to anybody who's watched this video. Do us a huge favor. Click the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 500 subs by summer movie season, and you can help us out. Thank you, Dan.
We lost one today, so we need to make up for it.
That's right. And go head over to the Instagram page. Dan, what's it at again?
At Randumb_channel. Other side, John. Other side.
It's over on this side for me.
Oh no, go to the other side.
There
you go.
Now it looks like you're pointing at it.
That one. There we go.
Follow us there.
Channel. Give us a follow. Daily content, whether it's real or fake. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.
See you later.